let's move on. Let's mark this one 21. Let me see if let me just make sure I haven't given you one that I've marked up. Okay, fine. Okay. This is the email about which you were writing your notes.
That's correct.
Okay. And those notes were just created a couple of days ago?
Yes, probably last night.
Can I see those, the original of the exhibit?
I just put it away.
Well, I'd like to see the original again. Okay. All right. Now, if we look at Exhibit 21, if we go towards the page that says...
Can I put this away for the final time? Or?
Well, as best I can tell, I can't promise, but... If we go to page 4 of 6 on that document, and it says Sky 76 at the bottom.
Okay. Yes, I see.
So this is an email you sent to Tony Lyons and Mr. Weinstein and a number of other people on September 11th, 2008, correct?
Yes, it was a letter that was requesting that we go our separate ways and terminate our agreement. I was in essence asking for a release.
Okay, but please just answer my question. My question was, is this an email you sent?
Yes, it is.
And your computer was working at that time?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go back to the first page, which shows that Mr. Weinstein responded to you a few hours later. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And one of the first issues that, and you see where Mr. Weinstein accuses you of twisting and distorting the facts. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
You disagree with that assessment?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And then he says, first for you to say that you never indicated 60 Minutes was in the bag is an outright lie. In addition to your many verbal assurances in our various conference calls that you had a standing offer from Armen, A-R-M-E-N, Katayan, K-E-T-E-Y-A-N, of 60 Minutes, you wrote in an email dated April 2nd the following: I already have a standing offer from 60 Minutes, and just now I received an offer from 2020. The interest in the Balco book is incredible. I'm meeting with a producer on Thursday who wants to produce a Balco documentary for ESPN. 5 weeks later, in an email dated 5/9, you wrote, I also met with the senior investigative reporter for the CBS Evening News. He said CBS would be willing to offer a package including 60 Minutes, The Early Show, and 2 evening news segments. He said,
I'm sorry?
And 2 evening news segments. He said they would do follow-up segments on the Monday after the 60 Minutes interview. He also said that the best time for the series of interviews would be the late October/early November time frame. He said that this was the first available time period for them because of the previous schedules. Now, the quotes of your emails from Mr. Weinstein were accurate, right?
Yes.
Okay. But you took the position that you had never stated to anyone at Skyhorse that you had set deals for media coverage.
Objection. That's not what the testimony was.
Oh.
You read it, that 60 Minutes is definitely in the bag was what you asked, and he says that's not true.
All right. Well, let's read exactly what you wrote. You wrote at page Sky 76, Mr. Weinstein's recent email to Molly Glick suggests I indicated at some point that a 60 Minutes appearance by me to promote the Balco book was definite. That is simply true. I never made at any time such a claim to anyone at Skyhorse. It's your belief that the sections I just read from Mr. Weinstein's emails accurately quoting you did not suggest that there was a definite deal with...
Definite means a date, a time,
Okay.
and other specific information that's not indicated here in any way.
Okay. Now, if we go back to the first exhibit we had today, the Mercury News one. You know what? Let's back up. In 2003, Balco was raided, correct?
Correct.
And were all your steroid-related files taken?
They took what they took. All, I don't know.
Well, did they take, for example, all of the documents and anything relating to Shane Mosley?
They may have.
You don't recall one way or the other?
Later I saw some documents, but like I stated last Wednesday, many things were taken out of the individual athlete files and categorized many different ways. And I don't know that later I was able to see or find all of the documents. So I'm not sure that all of the documents were taken, no.
Do you know whether or not the Shane Mosley calendars were taken?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
But do you know what day they were taken?
Well, do you know if they were taken during the first raid?
I believe they were.
Okay. And were, to your best of your recollection, were any items that the government claims were related to Barry Bonds taken during the first search warrant?
I believe they were.
Okay. Now, did they give you copies of all of those, everything they took immediately?
Relatively quickly after the indictment. The raid was on September 3rd, but I believe the indictment was the 12th of February of 2004, so it was more than 6 months later. And I think at one point they did provide large amounts of discovery.
Were there any conditions put on your receipt of the discovery?
At what time?
At the time you got them back.
So, well, did we establish
2003.
The original discovery,
Are we on the dates? It's 2003 or 2004 did you get indicted?
2004.
Okay, when you got them back on 2004, at the time when you got them back, was there any protective order in place with respect to what you could or could not do with anything you received?
Initially, I don't believe there was.
For how long a period?
A couple months.
Okay.